what it is, live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil. I love being black. All right, people, we made it back. We had some interruption. I had to delete that video because it was music. I didn't want to get a strike against what I'm trying to do. So I think the coast is clear right now. Let me make sure all my settings are right. I appreciate you guys for tuning right back in with me. Just come on in. We still got Reb the Barber. He's still here with us, and he wants to talk about we got a lot of things to talk about here in the city of Chicago, and we're still finding out about that case. And matter of fact, while I'm waiting on you guys, I'm going to do a little research on what's going on. Reb, look at your Google and see if you can just do any quick research about the 8-year-old child got shot. See what they're saying. Yeah, 8-year-old child got shot. West Inglewood, I think that's 14. Um, so we appreciate you guys for tuning in, and you know on this channel we like to give correct information. We don't want to hear now. I'll tell you if it's my opinion. I'll tell you that, but or what the community is saying. So, all right, all right. An 8-year-old boy killed. Okay, they said East 71st Place, Grand Crossing, Thursday night. Okay, I thought it was West. So you see how you know how people see how you can get some things wrong? Right. See, I thought it was West. I thought it was West. We still I thought it was West, people. I'm sorry. I thought it was West. So it's East. All right. Turn my volume back up. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, let me see something. Something is wrong. Hold on, people. Hold on. I think I know what that is. Let's see. I know exactly what that is. Stop. That. All right. All right. Let's see. Kill that. All right. All right. Let's get back. Okay, people. I'm back now. I'm back. I got it. That was iTunes. I don't know how that happened. That was iTunes. Okay, now I'm just reading. Let me pull up the screen, Reb. I'm gonna pull up. You can go ahead and start talking, Reb, if you want to. It's okay. I just want to.
Really, all we got right now is that what I'm saying. The police, they recovered a firearm at the scene. Was grade, the little 5-year-old was grazed on couple of grades wound, and the 8-year-old was struck on the left side of his head. Um, yeah, and the investigation is ongoing.
Okay, now according to Channel 7, two boys shot, which I thought it was one. One fatally shot in Grand Crossing, Chicago. So I thought it was in Inglewood. So we got it straight. Two young boys were shot. One fatally on the Chicago South Side Thursday evening, Chicago police said. An 8-year-old boy and a 5-year-old boy were inside a home in the 1400 block of East 71st Street Place. Place. I'm sorry, 71st Place in the city of Grand Crossing neighborhood just after 5:20 p.m. when they were shot, CPD said. The 8-year-old was shot in the left side of his head and taken to Comer's Children's Hospital in critical condition. He later died. Now, also, it says that the 5-year-old suffered a graze wound to the head and was taken to Comer's in good condition, CP said. A gun was recovered on the scene, and Area 1 detectives are investigating. It was not immediately clear what led up to the shooting. All right. Chapter 7 was over the scene about 6 p.m., and there was a large police presence. All right. It said this is a developing story. Check back with ABC Chicago for the details. So that's where we have Reb the Barber, so we can start talking about it now. Come on in, people.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much what we got, and it sounds like one of those situations. It sounds like one of those situations as though, as we always saying, if you're gonna have a firearm in your home, make sure it's put up safe. We got a lot that we're dealing with, Mark, with our community, and this thing that I want to say is that our conversation got to start getting better. I like we need to start having concrete, essential conversations about action plans. You know what I'm saying? Not no, we mourn right now. Like you say, it's a sad day in Chicago, but when we gonna have some action plans that we can have, wake up this morning and say, hey, it was a good day in Chicago today. You know what I'm saying? Sunshine rising. You know what I'm saying? But hit a sunshine from the rise, and we're worried about the children getting ready to, they're gonna be killing themselves,
Mm.
out here. It's
Well,
crazy. So
let me say this, Rev to Barber. There are programs that are in place. There are people that are in place to interrupt the violence. So, I mean, because we don't see it on the news, that don't mean because you're influenced on a lot of young men. The young men that you work with could be out there committing crime. They might be. I don't know, but I'm just saying you're what you call a leader in the community. So you work directly with youth. A lot of us work with youth. A lot of us work with youth. I got a buddy. I got a buddy. He works with youth. We got another call. Hold on, Reb. We got another call. Let's see what this person has to say. Hey, caller 2742.
Hey, Martin, it's just a sad situation
Mm,
that a child has lost their life and another child has been injured. And it's like, I give props to you that you're always speaking on a lot of subjects and stuff, and the solutions, you bring on a bunch of solutions. But it's like sometimes it has to be overwhelming as a community, even as for you, because it's like this is constant things that's going on that could be prevented. It's like, do we how longer do we self destruct? The children are our future because it's like, those are the new generation, but it's like the new generation is not making it. Every time you hear some boy or some girl, some teenager, some young boy, some young girl, losing their life, and it's just over worthless things, it's over carelessness, and it's like people, the ones that are speaking up, it's like they're shunned. And when I say speaking, they're speaking about all the things in our community that's tearing us apart and destroying us. It's like they're shunned. It's like take a back seat and shut up. But then when a tragedy comes, we want you to come out here and help. You can't have it both ways. And it's
hmm
like the weather is going to get warmer soon, and we should be able to ask everybody to enjoy the weather and do things as a family, as a community, as husbands, wives, kids, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. And it's like you gotta pick certain places to have a good time, or you gotta come in at certain places. It should never be like that because Chicago is a beautiful city.
hmm
And it's like we all should get a chance to enjoy the things we would like to do in our life because today is not promised. They say tomorrow, but today is not promised either because you see with so much crime and all this type of crazy things going on. And it's like I said, the people who have a voice to speak on, you are shunned. You are shunned that people who they know what's going on, but the only when they want you to call it out is when something tragic happened to their family. It's like they had to wait for something tragedy that they feel to relate or to be preventive in what's going on. And this is what I'm constantly seeing. Like you gotta wait till something go bad to see someone else or see their own relatives spread it out or whatever the case the crime may be to understand like this is a problem. Mental health is a problem too. It's a big mental
yep,
health issue out here. It's a bunch of like the weed and all these things these people smoking and it be stuff on there. Even the alcoholism has become a big problem in the black community. It's like we a lot of us can really have conversations and talk about real things. But what happens is some people may take offense, but I feel like this. It's okay to feel a guilt about something you're doing in your life that somebody speak on. Nobody's perfect. We all human. But if you sit there and want to hide the guilt or get the offended by the guilt, that's where the problem lies. We all have
hmm
things about us that we can work on and we can fix on and make ourselves better. But when somebody call it out, you can't get mad. It should make you say, you know what? maybe if I can talk to somebody, whether if I can talk to a therapist or whoever I can talk to, maybe they can help me to solve some of the issues I'm having that's making me do the things I'm doing or making me have a reaction to the things, to certain things.
Mm.
But it takes a person rooted to know who they are, to feel comfortable and feel no shame about no choices they ever made in this life, to decide to bring it to the forefront and say, I have a problem, or I have some problems.
Yeah, let me say something before you say something, Reb, real quick. Let me just say this, people. I hate saying Let me speak my mind real quick. Those of you that's on social media, we see the fights, we see the shooting videos, we see the crime scenes, we see the disagreements, we see the smoking the weed, we see the half-naked women, we see the people kissing, same-sex kissing, we see all this stuff on the internet. And a lot of this stuff is entertainment to us. It's entertainment. We glory in filth. And we love truth, but we live in filth. We know what's right, but we live in filth. A lot of us. We so filthy. And we don't want nobody to know it. I know this person a pedophile, but I still like his videos. I know I shouldn't be looking at this half naked woman. She underage on internet, but I'm gonna still look at it anyway. I know this fight that's going on. I know I shouldn't be sharing it, but I'm just gonna share it anyway. It's that filthiness that's in us, people. It's filth. All you see is people talking about sex, God, drinking, turn up, shooting, and all that. That's all you see. Now, it's your page. You can put anything you want that's on your page. Now, don't get mad when you listen to some of these content creators and they start speaking about black people ills. Now you're upset. Now one person tell you, you go out there and spend your whole income tax check. Now you in the food line. That make it make sense. Make it make sense. Right, I know it. Make it make sense. Then when you start talking about it, then this is what they get me, Red the Barber. When I start telling these parents, search your son's room for guns. They don't want to listen to me. They'll dip in alive and they'll go out. When I start telling them, stop dating these thugs, it's always confrontational on the internet and everywhere they go, people shooting at them. They don't want to hear that. Then all of a sudden, when one of these women get whacked, knocked off, killed, deleted, whatever you want to call it, and they know that woman was about that life and she kept bad company. Now, do that justify her for getting killed? I would say no. But I'm warning people of guys like this. I'm a male. I'm a full-grown man, and I'm telling you, if you dating a man and he's always confrontational on social media, in real life, everywhere he go, he got to carry a gun. You better leave him alone, unless you about that life. Unless you consider yourself Bonnie and he Clyde, and that's real talk. It's a sick generation out here. Then you want to get on here talking about God when you're not feeling well. Now when your boyfriend that got shot, now you praying that God help him. Now your boyfriend got 100 years. Now you praying, free my homie. Free your homie just killed 2 innocent people. What about the other family that he killed? Gunned down, people. See, listen, there's not enough of us advocating for the victims. We glory in these people that got all these body counts. These young teenagers, and we see them. You see your son and your daughter on the internet with a gun, and you don't say nothing. This video's floating around with a lot of little young boys without a mask on their face. And even if they had a mask on, you know their voice. You know they walk. You know the type of clothing that they wear. That's my son. That's my nephew. And you don't say nothing. You don't even tell your sister, which is his mother. You say nothing. Then when he go out there and shoot and kill an innocent black woman or a black man or a little kid, Now you want to deactivate your Facebook page. Then you want to go off on everybody when they start speaking. That ain't what happened. That ain't what happened. But what we do know, somebody is dead. Now, we know that happened. Somebody dead. Now, today we got 2 young children under age 8 and 5 years old. We don't know what happened yet, so I'm not going to speculate. But one fact that we do know, an 8-year-old is dead. And a 5-year-old got grazed in the head. We know that, people. Now, for those of us that's conceal and carry or gun, we gotta watch our guns. We can't lay our guns down where our young children can find them. And I'm not saying that may be the case, it may not. I don't know. But we have to be careful. A gun is nothing to be played with. It's a piece of equipment that can kill people, kill. And you got people out here as I speak, and I'm going to say it again, they are waiting on one negative reaction so they could justify in their mind to shoot and kill you. They waiting on you to cut them off. They waiting on you to say something smart on social media. They waiting on you to bump them. They waiting on you to mean mug them, look at them, stare at them, so they can fire that gun that they got. That's what they want to do. And guess what? When they do it, they go bragging. They go bragging. Now, let me tell you, people. I got to keep it real. Y'all can block me. You do whatever you want to do. Listen. I'm not entertainment. I've showed y'all enough crime scenes. I've gave y'all enough information out here. Don't sit in these cars in these high crime areas. You still do it. You still smoking and drinking while you're driving. You taking off from the post. You're doing everything that I asked you guys not to do. Then when something happened, now it's too late. Some of y'all gonna die and you ain't gonna be able to say goodbye to your family. Death gonna come on you so fast that it's gonna be a shock to everybody. They're gonna be like, I just text messaged him. I just text messaged her. I just spoke with them. They were just on social media. And this can't be real. Yes, it's real. It's real. And some of y'all, men and women, y'all haters. You hate because people got it going on, and you have been a failure in life to everything because you have not made no commitment to nothing good. You have not made no commitment to your relationship. You have not made no commitment, a good relationship with your parents and with your siblings. You have not made a relationship to go to school or on a job. All you ever done have made a commitment to is to commit crime and jail. That's it. And when somebody like me tell you, you get mad. You want to unfriend me. But I got to tell you the truth. Today is a sad day in the city of Chicago. A 13-year-old shot in the alley on the west side. Come on, people. How low can we go? And I know we got 13 years olds out here carjacking and all that. And to my young people out there that's carjacking, you think it's all fun and games, but you're going to meet your match one day. You're going to meet your match one day. You're going to meet because some people will die. They will die before they allow you to take their material things. Me, I'm going to give you the keys. Matter of fact, I'm going to hand you my wallet without you even asking for it. Just let me live and don't walk away because I can get it again. But some folks don't have that attitude. They're going to go out and gun blaze. I'm just telling y'all the truth. Telling you the truth. And listen, me and my friend, we was talking today. She on the live now. She said, Martin, I don't know how you do it. She said, I didn't realize that many people hate me. No, it ain't the fact that they hate you. They hate the truth that you speak. That's what that is. Sister, don't stop telling the truth. Keep telling it. And like you say, we all got something in our own personal lives that we can work on and get better. We all can, including myself. There's some things about me that I need to be sharpened up to do better. I need to be a better parent. I need to be more patient than I am. I got to tell the truth, people. Listen.
You know what, Martin?
Go ahead.
Envy rules a lot in the Black community because it was like there was upon a time when Black people weren't allowed to read. They weren't allowed to seek no knowledge, right?
Right.
They weren't allowed to do anything. They were in chains and they were getting whipped and beaten, right? Now, unfortunately, some of them don't even want to open a book and read. And then the ones who's paying attention to what's going on all areas, whether it's in the streets, the politicians, they're looking at everything. they are the ones that is shown, like I said, but it's like you have to pay attention in this life. You got to pay it, and not always to the wrong thing. Pay attention to where you're going, where you when you try to go. And it's like, unfortunately, you have so many people that hang in groups, and all of them just ignorant. It's nothing worse than a group of people that's ignorant and they just traveling through life, but they not comprehending nothing. They just going through and they going through it and they look up and they say, where did the time go? Because these years are going so fast. My mama used to say nothing worse than an old fool. It's nothing worse than an old fool. You mean you been on this earth all this time and you paid attention to nothing? And it's like we praise, like you said, we major in minor things, and that's such a true. It's like I watch how it could be something in the media that's none of our business. It could be it's a celebrity relationship, the rich folks' problems, and you have people chatting me, and he probably cheating on her. Why do you care? This is a rich folks' problem. This is not your concern. We're about the man in front of you. And it's like we're so easily distracted about nothing that is nothing detrimental to the race that's making us better, that's making us live better, that's making our health better, our wealth better. It's like we're stagnated on, I hate to say bullshit. Bullshit. That's what it is.
Let me let Reb go because go ahead, Reb. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Then Marcus.
No,
Go ahead.
you all right. Listen, I'm feeding. I'm gonna go back off of what you said when talking about how we feed off this rich man problem and how we are silent. Like you see how silent this is right now with this 8-year-old.
Hey, partner.
Hey, partner.
See how silent it is. It's silent enough to the point where it's almost like don't nobody know about it except for us because we pay attention to what's going on in our city and our community. But it's too silent. An 8-year-old, a precious life just being taken. You know what I'm saying? And we got to stop being so careless when it comes to our future. The way we treat our children today shows exactly about how careless and how nothing we think of our future. You know what I'm saying? We dealing with so much right now. And it's just bad because we focus on the wrong things. We were just talking about everything that's down the timeline, down the time feed. When you open up on YouTube, when you open up on TikTok, when you open up, there's so much stuff that's on the time feed that's not educational. Somebody trying to make a hustle, like a scam, it's all this stuff that's down this time feed. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's like, it's a glorified thing. It's like it's a new program on this is how you live. This is how you dress for the summer. You're not entertained and you ain't popular. If you ain't no female dressing naked, half naked, so taking your ass inside, twerking. Every time I look down my time feed, somebody's shaking their ass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do you know how you look? You are now what you call it? A harlot.
That's what they are, but see,
and harlots all down our social. And
that's true.
Do it like that's the way that life is supposed to be.
But this is like they go bad
bumping on females, dancing on females, in the club, all this stuff on females. And you talk about showing homosexuality. Women glorify in the homosexuality today. That's what Richard Nixon did because they knew that women was gonna support it. They knew how to sell us everything that they selling us. They knew that the women was the key to the link, how they just shut our society. They knew that the women had the children in their care. Now the women gonna continue to send the children to the same buildings because they're not schools. They're buildings. They're hostage. They're hostage facilities. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to take your kids there. And they knew the women was gonna do it because they need a break. And then they take your kid in there, and now they teaching your child how to do the same thing that your child sees you doing at home and glorify and teach them how to glorify. They got a book saying this is how Johnny messed with Adam. You understand me?
But you know what?
There's no norm in that whatsoever.
And not to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Not to cut you off.
We got Marcus next.
I think
go ahead.
Women, and I hate to say this, Martin. A lot of them look like transvestites. It's like I've never seen so many women that want to look like a female. I never seen they got 30-inch wigs, these lashes, this makeup. This one chick just posted she just pulled $10,000 out the bank on Facebook. Why would you do that? Do you know how many starving, robbing people out here? They will kill you. and you posting you just pulled 10,000 out the bank on social media. Like, if people, I don't know if it's attention is a hell of a drug, but people saying, "Come kill me, come rob me." You know how hard that these people will kill you, cut your throat for nothing. It's like a sick behavior of attention.
Hmm.
Can I
Okay.
jump in?
Go ahead, Marcus. Let me let Marcus go. Then my partner. Go ahead, Marcus.
I want to say a couple of things, and some of you all might disagree with me, but for years, I kind of been studying this going all the way back to the 90s, back when I was in high school, my last year of high school. I think what has happened in our society is that a culture has changed. Instead of this culture of doing right, we have been glorifying, and not you as an individual, not me as an individual, but our society has glorified this bad behavior. And a lot of these grown people are not grown. They're still that teenager they was in high school, and they're raising kids. And so they don't know how to be decent-minded adults. We've gotten away from the big mama and the big papa rules of the house. The kids are running the house. The parents are afraid of the kids. And some parents are afraid of the kids because they're afraid of going to jail. We allowed this government to pass laws where the parents can't discipline their kids. They tell you that you're responsible for your kids, but you can't discipline your kids. So these kids are out of control. They're having kids and they're doing what they want to do. And the teachers don't even know how to deal with them. And so my question for a lot of you all, what is the solution? What do we need to do as a people to change this right now?
Mm-hmm. Well, let me just say this. I'm a partner. You want to go ahead real quick before I address that, Vera?
No, go ahead and
Okay, let me address that. Marcus, this is not a right now. We don't have a right now solution for this. This goes way back. This is we call it a genetic not modified, but it was controlled. This is the plan that they wanted in our community. And see, we are a strong people, but yet we are weak. We weak people. We weak. And the number one thing that weakens us, we don't have no unity. Yeah, we do have unity, but we have unity in minor things, not in major things. And number two is hate. We have a lot of hate amongst one another. Hate. And you can ask people, and me and Lanisha was talking today. She said, "Man, I don't know why these people hate me. I ain't never done nothing to them. They just don't. It's the truth. They hate the truth. That's what it is. Don't nobody want nobody telling them, pointing out their wrongdoings and their sins. They don't like that. They can't stand that. They get mad at me when I tell them, leave that thug alone. They get mad at me when I tell them, put some clothes on. They get mad at me if I talk about their BBL. They get mad at me if I talk about their weave, their hair weave. They get mad at me if I tell them about quit making these boys girls, calling them girls, and you know he a boy. You know, they get mad at me when I tell them that.
Got them wearing tight pants.
Right. You know, you listen. Okay, hold on. We cannot endorse that type of behavior. Now, I always say we got to love our relatives, but we cannot allow them to practice that craft in their house. If you a boy, you're going to be a boy. You're going to dress like a boy as long as you're in this house. Now, I can't control what your sexual appetite is. I have no control over that. But what you're not going to do in this house, where I'm the head of the house, practice your craft. And it's just not going to happen. We're not going to pamper that. That's my baby. Yeah, that's still your baby, and you love your baby, and you're supposed to love your baby. And we all love every last one of us under the sound of my voice. We know somebody is that go with the same sex, or we have a relative in our family that like that, and we love them. We don't hate them. We all do. We know of somebody. We grew up with somebody. We came in a household with somebody, one of our distant relatives or close relatives. But we can't pamper that type of behavior. And listen, another thing, let me say this too. That player type of attitude Men got 4, 5 different women and all that, and your mama, she lying for you, taking up for you. Mama, we can't do that either. I'm talking about fathers, mothers, we can't do that. You got different girls coming in and out of your house. Now you're afraid of your son. You letting them bring different type of girls in the house. Now, if you're gonna let them bring one, that's it. 4, 5 different girls. Now you got to lie. No, it's confusion. We allowing confusion to come in the house. And we listen to some of this. Hold on. We listen to all this trash music. I said it is trash. It's trash. It is literally trash. It don't edify nothing that's good and positive. Telling you. And I always say this, people, and I don't care what nobody say. If you take a bunch of teenagers and put them all in one room and play that violent music and they drinking and they smoking, there's nothing good gonna come out but a bunch of shooting and fighting and arguing. That's it. Because it's all confusion. That's it. You put them all in one room and they listen to 20 or 30 of them drill rap songs. It's on. It's on, people.
That's what it was designed for.
And we don't see it. Well, Martin, I drop my kid off to the party and I pick him up. But you don't go inside. You don't meet the parents who holding the party or none of that. You just dropping them off like it's a baby. Say, now it's your time to go smoke. Turn up now. You got a little free time. Now, yeah, getting them hotel rooms for them. Now, listen, parents, we got to put the hammer down on our children. We're going to lose this generation, people. I'm telling you, I see it now. These young folks, they are a bunch of walking dead people. Nothing. And we're going to get mad at the migrants because they taking the opportunity over what these resources are. Our young people, they don't know how to change a flat tire. They don't want to clean up. Some of them don't want to take out the garbage. They don't want to be in their studies. They just want to be cool. You want all these designer phones, tablets, computers, Michael Jordans, Coach purses, 30-inch hair length. You want all these things, but you don't want to put the work in for it. It's real talk. Come on, partner, real quick. Go ahead, partner. Hold on. Let my partner talk. Go ahead, partner. Go ahead, partner.
You know what? And I'm not going to be long because this topic here is so near and dear. Right before I saw your live, I was talking to my daughter and a group of her friends. Now, I still have young children. I have a 19-year-old and I have a 14-year-old, 7 grandchildren. My grandchildren are 15, 16, 9, 7, 3, no, 5. I mean, I just got, bottom line, I got children, okay? So when I say to you, it to see what's happening now, I literally have to take a deep breath sometimes and hold back the tears because it's difficult to see what's happening and not do something about it. So as we watch women running up the street with guns in their hands, shooting and killing people, as we watch the children taking over the train and fighting like animals, as we watch the young women half naked, and guess what, baby, I understand it. You got a right to be naked if that's what you choose. But along with that comes all of the demonic BS that comes along with it. So we have to be careful about the choices. And I get it, young lady, when we pointing the fingers at the mother and we saying it's the mother's fault. Well, what about the father? And what about the older men that's looking at the younger women? Because it's what's happening. So at the end of the day, we got to do something. If we could talk about it, the real question is, what are you doing about it? I thought I was done. I thought I was done. But everything in me saying, you know what, Vera? If you don't do your part, I ain't saying here I come to save the day. That ain't what I'm saying. But you got a responsibility to take care of your own house, to take care of your own neighborhood, to watch out for your neighbors.
Mhm.
Because back in the day, that's what we used to do. It really do take a village. And here's the other thing. Let's stop pointing the finger and saying, what about the mother? What about the mother? It's obvious the mother been needing some help. She's been needing some help. Daddies are either in jail or either they are at their girlfriend's house raising, contributing to that household. And they still have no say-so in the children, because even though they in the household, they can't tell them children what to do. And let me tell the truth and shame the devil. Some of them daddies in the household with them children, and they attracted to the children. But that's a whole nother conversation. But in the meantime, when we watch these video games, social media, these vape shops and drugs, and a lack of accountability, it's snatching these kids left and right. And I say this all of the time. Where's the value? Because a lot of times, the very shoes and the hair that they got on their head is more valuable than their life. Because when they hit that ground, the only thing you can do is have a GoFundMe, because they don't even have nothing attached to their life, like life insurance, to give them a value. And then we looking for somebody to save us. You're looking for somebody to save you when you really are the savior. Save your own house. Save your own children. Put the value there first. You can't reach out and ask somebody to help you when you're not helping yourself. Oh, Vera, you can say that because somebody said it earlier. People don't like it when you care. People don't like it when you speak a different language or when you're talking about something from another level, because they want to point the finger back at you and say, oh, yeah, you talk about this. You just trying to do this. You just trying to sell life insurance. Now, I just want to educate. I don't even care. I've been in the game for a long time. I just want to be able to share the knowledge, because we got to let go of envy, hate, and lust, and we got to get out here and do the work. But many are called. It's only a few that's chosen to begin with. So I know I can't be talking to everybody. But the ones that got an ear to hear, you know I'm talking to you. You know that this relates to you, because we ain't afraid. It ain't got nothing to do with fear, but it has a lot to do with accountability and responsibility. Because you know you called to do something, and we can't continue to sit on our hands and watch this happen and wait for somebody to come to save the day. Because here go a news flash, y'all. Ain't nobody coming to save you. If you want to be saved, you better do what you got to do to save yourself, to save our children. We got to be the difference makers and set the example. And if we don't do it, watch it don't get done.
It ain't. Let me say this before I let anybody else say anything. I'm on fire tonight. An 8-year-old got shot and killed, and a 5-year-old got grazed today. I thought it was in Inglewood, but it was in South Shore area, 1400 East 71st Street.
71st.
Yeah, 71st Place. I'm sorry, place. Now, that's a sad situation, people. I don't know what happened. They're still figuring out the details. But this, Marcus, this has become normal here in the city of Chicago. This is normal in these urban black areas. This is normal. This is just news. All we do, we go and make these T-shirts. We listen, funeral home. Listen, funerals is like a family reunion. What color you wearing, girl? We wearing purple. We wearing black and red. We wearing all white. It's like a celebration in a sense. That's what it's like. We're so backwards, people. We're so backwards. Then we in the funeral procession line, driving down the street. Then we swerving. Then when the police pull us over, everybody want to jump out the car and attack the officer. And he or she is doing their job, but you're swerving. You know, come on, people. What have we become? Listen. We have to take some responsibility, some accountability for our behavior, Black people. Now let's not talk about the KKK. These things that we can do ourselves. There's no reason that we harboring all this hate toward one another. No reason. None at all. Folks killing each other over a simple argument that could be worked out. Or you got your head cocked a certain way. Come on, people. What is wrong with us? Something is wrong with us. And a lot of parents, you bring that culture to your house. You mess with them type of men. You bring them in your house, then you playing house with these men. I'm on the men now since we've been talking about the women. And these men don't care nothing about you or your children. They care about if you can hold some guns for them or hold some drugs or make some moves for them. You're nothing to them. You're nothing. They probably don't even like you. They like a boy. I'm telling you, you're nothing to them. Anytime a man can leave a gun in your house and your little child can find that gun without your knowledge of the gun being in the house, something is wrong, people. Something is wrong. I have known where men date women and they was hiding drugs in their couch and the woman didn't even know. But she trusted him. Women, you be careful who you bring into your house, who you entertain in front of your children. You have to be careful because we got some sick-minded people out here. They sick. And you walking around here thinking you the prize. You're not the prize to some of them. Your children are the prize to them. I'm telling you, you don't believe me. You don't believe. Well, Martin, I'm trying to help him. I'm feeling sorry for him. And I'm trying to help him change his life. No. You ain't got time. You need to focus your time on your children. Give them that time they need it. Have you ever known as a parent, when you spend too much time on the phone, the children start getting loud, they start running around now because they want some attention. And they say your attention not focus on them. Now they just start making noise just to get your attention. You've been on the phone too long. A half an hour talking about nothing. And like I said, some of you parents, you said, well, Martin, I make sure my children sleep at nighttime and I have company late at night. Listen, you think your children sleep. They know somebody in that house. They know somebody's in that house. And matter of fact, they hearing some of this stuff that's going on. And you know what I'm talking about, some of these sex acts. They hearing. Children are not, listen, these children are real smart. They got the internet. Any subject that children want to know, if they want to know about money, hit the internet. If they want to know about gang banging, hit the internet. They want to know about music, hit the internet. They want to know about sex, the internet will tell them anything. As parents, we're too lazy to check their cell phones, their tablets, and their computers. Then when we look up and see our child on social media with an AK-47 with extended clip, now we want to deactivate our Facebook page. Yes, that's your son. You know that's your son. You have lost control of him. You've lied. I had a sister to call me today, and I love so dear, and I hope I'm not talking too much. She said, Martin, my mama told me that my father was dead. Now, this young lady is 30-something years old. She said, my mother told me that my father was dead. And she said, the only reason I found out because I was snooping one day, and she had some letters in a box, and I read it. I read a letter from prison. My father been in prison. And she told me that my father was dead. Mothers, we're going to give an account. You guys going to give an account of what you have treated these daughters. And these men, these fathers, you have played fathers to other children and left your own biological children. You don't even know them. You won't even accept a phone call. They can't be your friend on social media because you lied and told the lady that you're living with now that you didn't have no children. You lied to her. You said, well, Mark, what this got to do with an 8-year-old and 5-year-old guy? It got a whole lot to do with it. A whole lot. When men don't stand up and be men, these are things that can happen. I'm telling you, we need men to stand up and be men. Well, you said, well, Martin, I'm not a father. I don't have no children. Still be a man. You could be a mentor. You could be an example. This is real. See, they don't want to hear this type of talking. They want to see some bloodshed on the ground. They want to see some fighting. That's what they want to see. They want to see some half-naked teenagers. That's what they want to see. They want to see some BBLs. That's what they want to see. But see, you ain't going to get that on here. You're going to get something for your mind. We're going to give you something that you can take on life, that you can use and use it properly. See, all that foolishness, it ain't going to go on here. Trust me. Trust me. That's all you hear, conversation about D and P. And the grown folks, y'all know what I'm talking about. D and P. That's all up and down social media. On YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. That's all you hear about. And talking about you a content creator. Yeah, you go put some clothes on, and we're going to see how many people come to your site then. You got every crest, everything showing. Men walking around here with their six-pack and their body showing and all that. You selling sex, who you fooling? Who are you fooling? Put some clothes on, young man. Who you fooling? Oh, I'm working out. I'm doing yoga. Woman doing yoga with her legs all the way back over her head. Now, come on now, people. Then when somebody call you out on it, you mad. You're mad. I got to tell the truth and shame the devil, people. You got your little daughter in hair weave all the way down to her butt. All the way down her butt. A little girl. She got her lashes done. Her eyebrows done, and the long fingernails on. And she 12. And when these grown men roll up on them, then you calling the grown man a pervert, but you setting your daughter up for failure. Well, Martin, I couldn't do that when I was 12 and 13. My mama wouldn't even let me show my shape. And your daughter shouldn't be showing hers either. Because you got some men out here, listen, they don't care how old she is. They got this thing, if she don't tell, I won't tell. Take these few dollars. Hush money. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. We got to watch these young girls. We got to watch the men too. Because the men out here selling booty and the women out here selling cat. Real talk. You got these men that's grooming these young boys and trying to get on their level. But at the same time, they setting them up to get them. People, I got to tell the truth. If we don't protect our young people, this is what's going to happen. We're going to hear more about our young people getting shot and killed, playing with guns and stuff like that. And listen, I'm not against guns. I always say put the gun up until you need it. You're not coming in my house and I'm turning my gun in. I'm not turning it in. I have it for protection, period. And y'all young folks that walk around here with all these switches and all that stuff, your day is coming too. And when you get that 100 years, you're going to be somebody's boyfriend because they're going to have you. You ain't nothing but 110 pounds. What you going to do against a muscle-bound 185-pound man, muscle-bound man? What you going to do? You 110 pounds. He's going to better take you, young man. And he's going to take everything. He's going to take your pride. And you're going to be in there dancing. No, it's not funny, but it's real. They need to know it. You can't pick up no AK-47. You can't pick up no 40 caliber when you're locked up. You can't pick it up. Some of you don't know how to make a knife. Then you better have that knife in your hand when they come. Because if you don't have it in when they come, you're done. And guess what, young man? Well, I'm this gang, I'm that gang. Some of your own gang members going to have you. They're going to have you. They're going to leave that piece of candy on the bed, and you're going to eat it, and he know you can't pay him, and hey, man, you can either pay me or you're going to have to give up something. Listen, this is real. Now, I'm not saying this in a joking manner. Some of you men know what I'm talking about because you have experienced it. You have participated in it, but you won't talk about it in the public. You know you have had sex with another man when you was in jail. You know you raped a man when you was in jail. You know it. One of your own partners. You know it. You're trading sex for goods, t-shirt, underwear, candy, phone calls. You know I'm telling the truth. Young man, I'm talking to the little teenagers now. Listen, you ain't gonna always have that your hand on the trigger. You can't carry that gun everywhere you go. When it's time for you to go in the courthouse, you can't take it there. Somebody said, well, I'll leave it in the car. They might get you before you get to the car. And you know how many crime scenes I've been on where people have gotten killed with their gun in their hand or laying right next to them. So I always say, whoever get to that gun first and shoot it first, most of the time, that's the victorious one. That's the victorious one. Trust me. And I always tell the young folks, and I said it earlier, just as much as you ready to kill, you better be ready to die. And they don't care if you're 12. We just found a 13-year-old in the alley on the west side dead, shot. They don't care how old you are. A baby, 8 years old, shot and killed. 5-year-old, grade, shot. Don't care, people. We living in a generation. Tupac said we're gonna have a race of boys gonna hate the ladies. Hate them. Ladies, listen, when these shooters come, they're not gonna tell you to roll down them dark tinted windows. They don't care if you got your mom in the car, your little son in the car. If you whoever around the person they want, all of y'all gonna get it. Period. All of y'all gonna get it. And you say, well, Martin, that sounds so heartless, but that's the way life is. When you hang around trouble and your trouble get in trouble, you are part of the trouble, period. So it behooves you to be careful who you entertain. Be careful who you call your boo in public, because your boo got 5 bodies laying around here, and his day is coming, or her day is coming. Listen, people, I got to tell it. I didn't know I was gonna get on here and talk like this today, but it's needed. The weather is getting ready to get finna be beautiful here in the city of Chicago, and we know when the weather get warm, the shooting starts. Everybody's come out. See, in the wintertime, everybody, you hibernate, you be careful where you go. But when the weather get warm, then people want to come on, stand on the block. They want to go to the lakefront. They want to go to this concert. They want to go downtown for some dinner. They want to go get a room. Listen, people, some of us ain't going to get a chance to get to our gun first. I'm telling you. Some of us, before we check out of this place, we ain't going to be able to say goodbye to our family members. We're going to be gone just like that. I'm telling you. And young lady, I've told you, and I'm going to tell you, if your man get in your car and always have a hoodie on his head, and if he can't get out and pump your gas, something is not right with him. And if every time you see him, he got that gun on his side, something is not right. You better beware. Beware. And I always told ladies, this is one sign of a bad man. When a bad man have never finished high school or got a GED or signed up for any type of program, it shows you that he has no commitment to life for nothing. Nothing. I'm just telling you. Men are not hard to figure out. Trust me. Whatever's in us is going to come out. If we're lustful, it's going to come out. If we're a pervert, it's going to come out. If we're a killer, it's going to come out. If we're confrontational, it's going to come out. All you got to do is be quiet and watch and listen. It's going to come out. It's going to come out. So ladies, be careful who you lay down with. They say if you lay down with dogs, you'll get fleas. Listen, people, I'm speaking out of experience. I know situations even right now as I speak. Special men beating women, breaking limbs, killing women. I know situations like that personally, people. And listen, you don't have to look like a freak in order to be one. You don't have to look like a pervert in order to be one. You don't have to look like a prostitute in order to be one. You got some folks, they can mask themselves as being an angel, but they wicked and they low down, they treacherous. They mean nobody no good. You got some people right now, they got bitterness and hate in their heart. They got hate in their heart. They hate you for without a cause. They just don't like you. You ain't never slept with their woman. You never disrespect them. You don't owe them no money, but they just don't like you. Guess what, ladies? If a man don't love himself, you know he can't love you. So don't be no fool. If he ain't in love with himself, you know he ain't in love with you. You better believe. I'm a man. Take it from a man. I'm past the 50 mark. I'm telling you, I'm almost out of here. God promised every man 70 years. I'm 56. I'm going to make my last days my best days. And I ain't going to go lead this earth and being no fool or no dummy. Trust me. Life experience have taught me these lessons. And I'm sharing it with you guys. I'm giving you game tonight. Some men ain't gonna give you no game. Only man that probably give you game is your father, or maybe your brother or your uncle. I'm no kin to you. I'm giving you real game. Men love women that don't listen to their parents. Men love weak women. You said, well, what do you mean by weak? Now, I'm not talking about the educated women and all that. When you weak, when you give in to everything he say. Come on now, woman, you cannot do that. If this man don't want to be a man and live up to his responsibility, he got to move around. He got to move around. Sometime you say, well, Martin, he pay all the bills. I got to start over, and I don't want to start over. Listen, you better run for your life. If you're in a domestic situation, I'd rather for you to start with the clothes on your back and be living than stay there and live in misery. Trust me. Some men will kill you and turn a gun on themselves and kill themselves too, because they don't want to see you with nobody else. And listen, and they'll kill themselves because there's shame, guilt will make them kill themselves. This is real out here, people. We have an 8-year-old dead. We have a 13-year-old dead on the west side. We have a young lady that died on Red Line on 69th Street. Then we had a big fight on the Red Line on 79th Street. What's going on, people? Every one of those young people have some parent, a mother and a father. In order to come in this life, you have to have a mother and a father. So parents, we have to get on our job. These troubled teenagers, yes, they are trouble. Some of them. The system tells them, I'm going to call the police. I just heard that the other day. A teenager said that she was going to call the police on her mother. And I was on the phone listening. Call them. The mother was trying to discipline her. And she said, I'm going to call the police if you hit me. Listen, we can't be afraid of the police. If we don't get our young children when they're young and we start trying to discipline them when they get 14 and 15, it's too late. It's too late. Don't let them get a whoop for that. You know what? It's really on then. Now they want to stay out all night. Now they want to lie. They don't want to go to school, doing their homework, don't want to do the homework or anything. This real, people. I'm speaking facts. I know y'all don't want to hear it, but I got to tell it. Somebody, make sure you tag somebody into this video. Share this video. This is a life and death video. Someone needs to hear this. Some parent need to hear this. Some father need to hear this. Some young person need to hear exactly what I'm talking about tonight. Really. Funerals are not a joke. Repasts are not a joke. Cemeteries are not a joke. It's real. Penitentiary is not a joke. Imagine a young man weighing 90 pounds. He a shooter though out here. He got 4 or 5 bodies. Now he get into the county jail. What you think gonna happen to him? What you think gonna happen to him? A 250-pound man run up on him and want some of that backside. What you think gonna happen? He can't grab no gun then. Guess what? The members of your own clique gonna turn their back. Man, he could he called on the deck, man. You gotta do what you gotta do, man. I'm telling you, listen, people, young men, you ain't got no friends out here. You don't have no friends out here. You're not smart enough. You're not intelligent enough. You're not wise enough to pick your friends. When your parent tell you, don't bring that man back to my house, or don't bring that woman back to my house, listen to your parents. Your parents can see something that you can't see. But you got the attitude, I'm going to prove my mother and father wrong. This is a good person. Now you done caught a case. Now you got to go before the juror. Now you're afraid of all white jury. Now you're afraid because you didn't listen to your mother. You picked up your rappy and you didn't know he just robbed a gas station. Now the police and caught you. Now he didn't put you into this crime now. And you didn't have anything to do. You was just picking them up. But see, things like this happen and we have to talk about it. Parents, we have to keep our young children busy at a young age. We have to. Just don't drop them off of people's house because you need a break. That's how people get molested, get taken advantage of. And some of these young children, they won't tell you until they become grown. Let me tell you a story. It was a story of a man named Shorty. He dead now. Shorty, a lady was bragging about Shorty to her daughter. And the daughter told her one day, was the moment you was leaving to go to work, Shorty's in my bed. And the lady was so hurt. She was so hurt. She thought Shorty was the greatest thing that ever happened to her. Shorty was doing everything she wanted, giving her money, paying bills, but Shorty was having her daughter. Every time she leave out that door, Shorty was having her daughter. And her daughter told her when she became grown because she spoke well of Shorty. There's many stories out here like that, family secrets. To avoid your child being taken advantage of, watch your own baby. Spend time with your baby. Invest in your baby. Talk to your baby. Now, well, Martin, I got to go to work. I got to pay the bills. Yes, you do. I understand that. But talk to your children. Talk to them. Love on them. Hug them. Let them know that if anybody touch you, any relative and anybody touch you in these private parts, come back and let you know. Real talk. We have to protect our youth, young people, older people. We have to protect our babies. We have to. 8 years old, dead now. 5-year-old, grazed in the head. 13-year-old found dead in the alley on the west side. Young lady shot on 6th Knife and Red Line, dead. Young lady. A big brawl broke out on 79th and the Red Line. Come on, people. Listen. Wow. Black people are to boycott the Red Line. If they can't put CPD down there on that platform, we need to stop riding the Red Line. Shut it down. Shut it down. I'm telling you.
The bus is safer. The 29th and State Street bus is safer.
Yes.
It goes down.
So, yeah, because that Red Line is the bloodline. And I'm done talking, people. I'm going to let y'all finish it out. I appreciate y'all being patient, listening to me, but I didn't know I was going to go this way. You know, when the spirit come on me, I just try to speak, you know, just speak. But go ahead, Marcus.
Yeah, I just want to say this. I ride the Red Line, and I've been trying to get the Crusader reporter Eric Johnson to ride it with me from 95th to downtown. It's some of everything to go on that Red Line, the Blue Line, and the Green Line. All three of them, we need to be on CTA. Those security guards with the dogs, they are a joke. I'm not going to curse on your show, but they are a joke. Because anyone who has a dog know that you have to have control of that dog. They don't have control of those dogs. They just as worse as the kids that be out there looking to rob people. And I hate to down talk them because a lot of them are black. But man, if you don't want the job and you're not going to do the job, don't get the job. Let somebody else get the job that's going to do the job. CTA really need to do something. Brandon Johnson can't do it by himself because he can hire the people, but he don't know how the people going to behave. The people who run CTA, which is run by a lot of black people, need to do better by the people because a lot of black people ride that train, especially that Red Line. And you know what they said, a Red Line goes through neighborhoods like Inglewood, and they give Inglewood a
coming to theaters this Friday.
Gresham a bad name. They give out here where I'm at a bad name. But it's a policy thing. They need to put the motorman back on that train as well. The ones who used to open and close the doors back in the 80s and the 90s. But they also need to put undercover police officers They got the money. They just don't want to spend the money to do it.
Let me just say this, people. Somebody just put on here that somebody just put on here and said that the father they said the father was responsible. I'm not saying that. I don't know what happened, people. I'm just saying somebody put in the chat that the father has been arrested for shooting, killing shooting both of the children. So I don't know how true that is. I'm not going to I'm just saying it's in I just read this. Now here it is right here. Somebody said that 71st and Dorchester just a few minutes ago, 2 and 8-year-old father killed them. He is in custody. Now I know it's 5 and 8-year-old. So, but I don't know how true that is, people. So this is what Miss Angela Williams said. So don't go and say the crime chaser said the father did it. I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know. So I want to be safeguard myself, but I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'm gonna end it with this, and thank you so much, people. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, listening to me tonight. And I want to give my condolences to the 13-year-old family that found him in the alley. I want to give my condolences to the young lady that died on the red line, 69th on the platform. I want to give my condolences to the 8-year-old family. So, and all those that if I miss there's more out there, please forgive me for not, recognizing all of it's just too much people on the psych. It's just too much. It's too much killing. It's just too much bloodshed. It's too much hate and envy. It's just too much, people. We have to do our job. And let me say this. I don't want nobody thinking I'm blaming the mothers, but most of us know in this society that most mothers have physical custody of their children. They are the number one caregivers of the parents. So custodian parents, I'd say that. So that's why you hear a lot of men blame women, but it's not just women, it's both parents. It's both male and female, father and mother. So I don't want to think I'm just on here female bash, but I got to tell the truth. That's why I gave an example of a mother told her daughter that her father was dead. And the only way she found out that she was snooping and read some of his letters from prison. So things happen, people. Things happen. Now, these deep, dark secrets, our children didn't have nothing to do with it. Some of our children, parents would not tell them who their father is because they was creeping or they was sleeping with the neighbor or some married man or something or the pastor. But they have their own reasons. They have their own reason for not telling who the father is of their children. So that's another time, another story, another place. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, and unedited. Tell the truth and what? Shame the devil. I love